Hey everybody, today is oil change day on this vehicle. Now what you're looking at is a 2019 Lincoln Nautilus. My wife's car. Today I'm going to walk you through the whole process of changing the oil and filter on this vehicle. It's not hard. If you've never done it before, you might learn something. But today we're going full FOMOCO. Other people will call it Motorcraft. I've got 5 quarts of 5W30 synthetic blend. This is specifically for Ford. I've got a Motorcraft oil filter, FL910S with a silicone valve in it. And I have 1 extra quart of 5W30 synthetic blend Motorcraft. This is the recommended oil and filter for this vehicle. Okay, there's no better oil and filter. Well, you can be argumentative about that, but this is what the manufacturer recommends, specifically for Ford. It doesn't have any Dexron ratings on it. It's all the ratings that Ford wants for this engine on the back of the oil. Now, get into this a little bit. I'm going to walk you around here, okay? What we have down in here, we've got the oil cap and the dipstick. Oil cap and the dipstick. So pay attention to those. I'm going to get some other stuff ready, and then we'll start the process and I'll take you along. Thank you. The oil cap is kind of small, but it's going to need a little help coming off. There we are. Just got to break the seal. And that's the oil cap. That's all there is to it. It's kind of tiny, right? Yep. Kind of tiny. So, I normally take a funnel. You just put it right down in there to start with. And that gets things going. I'm going to get set up underneath the car right now and get some tools, wrench, whatever I need. And we'll get ready to drain this oil. I forgot, on this particular vehicle there's a shroud under the engine that has to come off. So hopefully, yeah, that's the right size right there. We'll get this off and we'll be on our business very shortly with changing the oil. Right here is the nut we have to take off to get the oil flowing into the pan. I got a 5/8, that's about right. So let's break this off of here. Okay, now we're going to get ready for the oil to pour out of here. I'm going to get my pan situated under here, and we'll take this off. Here we come. Here we are.
I'm going to let that drain now. What I'm doing here is I'm actually cleaning the plug off. Let that drain. Now this car's going to take 5.7 quarts. I bought 6, so I'll put in a little less than 6 quarts and we'll be good. And the oil filter is right here. Now looking at the oil filter, and I don't know, it looks kind of old. All this draining, I'm going to go find something to take that oil filter off with.
right, I had quite a bit of a struggle here with the oil filter. I had to put a piece of friction tape on it, all right? And then once that piece of friction tape was on it, I was able to use the strap wrench to bite into it to get the loose enough where I can take it off. That's what I don't like about when you take your car somewhere and have the oil changed. They really don't care what they do for the most part. And there's a prime example right here. This thing was put on way too tight, probably with a wrench, and you're never supposed to do that, never. So at this point here, I am going to roll this catch pan forward, so when I loosen this, the oil will have somewhere to go. There we are. And you'll see it drain. There, see it? Now we'll let that drain for just a couple of minutes. But there's no way that should have been on as tight as it was. Just no way. But I did like that trip. What I did is I wrapped a piece of gaffer's tape around it. All right, I wrapped a piece of gaffer's tape around it. And then used the strap wrench, and it had more friction with the gaffer's tape there than against the greasy metal. So like you say, I have the other filter ready to go on. I'm just going to wipe a little more oil on it. We'll take this filter off, and then we'll wipe the seating area of it. There we go. Let that drain some more. That was really sloppy the way they put that on so tight. But I like to clean that surface area off up there. You probably can't see it in the camera, but you can see where it's dripping from. Let's wipe that off now. There we go. That's nice and clean now. We're ready to put that filter on. That was really sloppy the way they did that. Here we go. Now, what I do is I tighten it hand tight, and just a little bit more. And that's it. That's all I do. Now we are all set under the car for now. However, we have to put the shield back underneath here. So we'll get this out of the way. Okay, we'll get the oil pan out of the way. We'll position the camera so you can watch the shield go back on. There we are. You'll be able to see most of it anyway. I don't like cars that have the shield underneath them. But once we get this in place, we'll be good to get the oil put in the car, and then we'll be done. We'll call it a day. Call it a day. That's what we'll do, call it a day. I'll just get one or two of these started, and then we'll be in a good place. God, dear. I'm leaving these loose so I can move this around to adjust it as I need to. They're all about in now. All right, that's in. And one last one. And that's it. That's all put together down here. Let's go back up top. All right, now we're going to put the oil in here and we're going to wrap things up. This goes without saying that it would have been a lot quicker, right? Would have been a lot quicker if that oil filter came right off, because it would have been done a while ago, for sure. So let's get the oil in here. There's 5 quarts in here and 1 quart in the other jar. So, but I need 5.7. Here we go. I need 5.7 quarts. So let's put 5 in and then 0.7 of that other one. That's 5 quarts. And now 0.7 of this one. That's 4 ounces. I'm going to say that's roughly about 0.7. Roughly. All right, that's it. That's all done now. Gonna start her up. I normally check the washer fluid. I know this needs some. We'll put it in. And that is a complete oil change on a 2019 Lincoln Nautilus, the 2.0 4-cylinder turbo. Oh my goodness, look at, oh, right to the top with just a smidge left. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that. So now let's get things reset on the dashboard and we'll be good. Okay, here's how to reset the oil light on a 2019 Lincoln Nautilus. We're going to come down here, we're going to press this little button. And once we press that button, we're going to get some information. And I think we're going to come down to Vehicle, and then Oil Life. And I'm going to hold the oil life in to reset it. And that is resetting the oil life on your 2019 Lincoln Nautilus. Thanks for watching.